Bureaucratic Leadership by Carmichael Henry. This video is done in partial fulfillment of the Principalship course with Appalachian State University. In an organization, leadership matters. Leaders should have the knowledge, interpersonal skills, empathy, and attitudes to lead a group of people to achieve a shared goal or vision. A good leader provides opportunities to inspire, guide, and encourage collaboration among its members. They also model what they want to see in the organization and allow others to see how their contributions impact it. Leaders will adopt a leadership style that suits their organization. The leadership style affects the organization's outcome and how goals are set and achieved. It should be appropriate for the organization and its people, as it can impact employees' performance. One leadership style utilized by organizations is bureaucratic leadership. The bureaucratic leadership theory was developed by a German sociologist, Max Weber, 1864–1920, in the early 20th century to maximize productivity management and develop well-defined structures in large organizations. Weber envisioned businesses developing into massive cooperations and saw the importance of asserting many defining factors in bureaucratic leadership. Bureaucratic leadership involves leading with the rules in mind. As an effective form of management in different organizations, bureaucracy ensures plans and procedures are implemented based on strict regulations without flexibility, which lessens ambiguity. No new paths are forged since leaders adhere to predictable and standardized rules, policies, and procedures that guide decision-making. Almost all organizations have some elements of bureaucracy within their structure. Many fields or industries have utilized bureaucratic leadership to ensure organizational success, growth, and adherence to rules, laws, and policies through strict professional structures and clearly defined hierarchical roles and responsibilities. Some fields include government and public administration, healthcare, military, and defense, education, and manufacturing and production. In government and public administration, bureaucratic leadership is traditionally used. With highly formalized decision-making processes, the structure ensures public services comply with established laws and regulations. There is a strict hierarchy of authority to ensure accountability at different levels of authority and minimize corruption amongst public servants, who act according to the law. There are detailed protocols that public servants must follow to ensure consistency with how services are provided to the public. Bureaucratic leadership's impact on employee performance is mediated by factors such as orientation to the public interest, self-sacrifice, and policymaking. In healthcare, bureaucratic leadership is focused on patient safety and compliance with healthcare laws through standardized procedures and those who are responsible. Administrators ensure strict adherence to medical guidelines for healthcare provided by doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals to be consistent, reliable, and safe. Though communication may be one way, when supervisors assign roles and tasks to managers, bureaucratic leadership ensures a smoother resolution to ethical dilemmas. A strict hierarchy and command structures are emphasized in military and defense. The commands given at every level of the hierarchy through a top-down model follow detailed protocols and procedures for military operations, communication, discipline, training, the execution of strategies, and decision-making. Military leaders must follow protocol and orders precisely and with little room for deviation. Public schools and universities utilize the bureaucratic leadership model to promote consistency in delivering education across the learning community. The roles and responsibilities of each school community member are clearly defined to increase professionalism and collaboration in achieving educational institutions' goals, visions, and values. Administrators, school districts, and state education departments enforce different policies and procedures in compliance with academic standards. In various educational institutions, attendance policies, procedures for standardized testing, teacher certification requirements, guidelines for curricula, teaching standards, and operations are emphasized. In manufacturing and production, bureaucratic leadership helps maintain quality control, safety in producing goods, and consistency in output. Standardization and formalization levels ensure production efficiency and quality. Safety and operational standards are enforced as production workers follow strict production steps and safety guidelines due to the high risks involved. Safety is prioritized to ensure the safety of machinery workers and consumers who use the goods produced by the manufacturing or production agencies. Some notable bureaucratic leaders include Sir Winston Churchill, former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Colin Powell, former United States Secretary of State, and Harold Janine, former president of the ITT Corporation. Tenets of bureaucratic leadership. Weber, 1947, posited that several tenets of bureaucratic leadership define organizational management and effectiveness when the leadership style is utilized. These tenets include the hierarchy of authority, rules and regulations, division of labor, impersonal relationships, formal selection and promotion criteria, systematic discipline and control, and documentation and record-keeping. The tenets ensure that rules are clearly defined and the chain of command is established and followed. Bureaucratic leadership establishes a clear hierarchy of authority, centralized and top-down, with tasks designated appropriately. Individuals and groups within the organization know their roles, responsibilities, and who to report to ensure a well-defined and efficient structure. Consistency and accountability are at the forefront of the hierarchy of authority. Rules and regulations are core to the bureaucratic leadership theory. Organizations establish rules and regulations to govern how the operations take place. The organization's decision-making steps are standardized through strict adherence to rules, regulations, and policies, ensuring consistency, predictability, and impartiality among members. Division of labor in bureaucratic leadership promotes the development of expertise with a specific task or role. Individuals are given clearly defined roles and responsibilities and are expected to function within their roles. The division of labor aims to increase efficiency in the organization as members focus only on the task they are given at different levels. Hierarchical members at higher levels concentrate on complex, strategic tasks, while those at lower levels focus on specific tasks. Impersonal relationships allow for fair and equal treatment of members in an organization. The rules of the organization are applied equally to all members within the organization without favoritism. The lack of personal connections between leadership and staff removes individual achievements and focuses more on organizational growth. Formal selection and promotion criteria refer to how the organization's members are selected and promoted. Employees are selected based on qualifications, skills, or experience to fill positions they can perform. Personal connections do not fuel the selection or promotion of individuals in the organization. Systematic discipline and control refer to the systematic approach of the organization to ensure that established rules and procedures are followed to maintain order and consistency in meeting organizational goals. Disciplinary measures are enforced when employees deviate from the established rules and procedures. All procedures and decision-making are well documented to maintain detailed documentation and record-keeping. Supervisors can check employees' actions by reviewing a created system of checks and balances. There are several advantages and disadvantages of bureaucratic leadership. Some advantages are consistency, clarity, accountability, risk management, and efficiency. There is consistency concerning the established rules, policies, and regulations. Employees must adhere to clear expectations and compliance with standards that will lead to a stable, reliable, predictable working environment and efficient performance. The roles and responsibilities of employees and supervisors are clearly defined. Confusion and ambiguity are reduced when employees function within their roles, leading to efficiency. Employees continue to develop their skills in their areas of expertise. There is a high level of accountability. Supervisors ensure that employees are performing in their specific roles and responsibilities through evaluations and checks and balances. Employees perform their tasks within established policies, laws, and regulations to maintain order and stability, efficiency, and enhance control over an organization's operations. Risk management is critical in bureaucratic leadership since companies can receive fines, legal implications or actions, or damage to the company's reputation. Efficiency is a fundamental element of bureaucratic leadership. Clear hierarchies and established division of labor ensure that the organization's members operate within the established rules. Employees continue to grow, gain knowledge in their area of specialization, and develop strong expertise. The lack of deviation and the minimization of the risks of errors contribute to efficiency in the organization. Some disadvantages of bureaucratic leadership include stifled creativity, longer decision-making time, impersonal relationships, lack of autonomy among employees, and the inability to suit small organizations. Creativity is stifled in an organization with strict adherence to laws, policies, and standard procedures. Since there is an emphasis on following strict protocols and standard procedures, there is little to no deviation from these procedures to minimize the risk of margins of errors. Supervisors constantly monitor employees to ensure compliance with processes and performance. Decision-making may take time as approvals must go through different levels of the chain of command, and for change to happen in the organization, it is difficult for bureaucratic leaders to go through change because of what the leadership style represents, where policies and procedures influence actions and leave no room for deviation. Forming impersonal relationships supports the inability to form personal relationships with organizational staff. Individual preferences and emotional considerations are not considered in decision-making. Objectivity and consistency are paramount in an organization that follows a bureaucratic leadership style to maintain employee fairness and equity. The bureaucratic leadership style can also fuel dehumanization and impact morale in the organization due to the lack of motivation and the impersonal relationships that exist. The leadership style is not suited for small organizations because of the rigid structure emphasized by the model. In any organization, a clear hierarchy is necessary to ensure different supervisors and leaders can enforce standard procedures. However, slow decision-making can impede growth opportunities, responding to new challenges arising in the company, the lack of innovation and innovation needed to attract new customers, and open communication. Employees in small organizations value personal connections, open communication, and flexible working environments. The leadership approach in education can impact students' learning outcomes, how teachers approach teaching and learning, and a school's overall culture and climate. Teacher leaders and administration must ensure that the organization's structure aligns with its vision, values, and goals. Leadership approaches are changing, and a school leader may choose to utilize one leadership approach or a combination, depending on the expected outcomes. The bureaucratic leadership theory can be applied to school administration in multiple ways and is linked to the behaviors of leaders in the learning environment. Koibusi, 2017, highlighted 5 applications of bureaucratic leadership in school administrations. They are the division of labor, teachers reporting to their immediate supervisor, adhering to laws and regulations, demonstrating impartiality and coherence among school staff, and individuals working in specific roles based on competencies and professional qualifications. The theory is often regarded as red tape because of bureaucratic leadership's rigid and impersonal nature. A set of rules governs decision-making under a hierarchical authority. Individuals and departments are assigned roles and responsibilities and must complete tasks effectively and efficiently. The division of labor is linked to the different departments and the specific tasks they need to complete. School administration, the teaching staff, support staff, specialized educational support, and custodial staff all have their roles to ensure increased efficiency, improved performance, better management of complex tasks, and accountability with a clear delineation of roles and responsibilities. School administration ensures the smooth running of the day-to-day activities in the school and supports instructional leadership for all staff. The teaching staff ensures effective teaching and learning practices in the classroom. Support staff, such as teaching assistants, work alongside the teacher to support students and perform clerical tasks, while financial personnel monitor financial reporting and the school budget. Specialized educational support, such as counselors, special education teachers, and academically gifted teachers, focus on student prevention, intervention and enrichment activities to address academic and social-emotional needs. Custodial staff maintain a clean, safe, and functional environment for the school community. In education, the school administration must ensure teachers and other staff comply with rules and regulations established for how the school is governed through classroom walkthroughs, lesson planning, disciplinary actions against students, and other investigations. How all staff, students, and parents should interact on educational sites is also highlighted in the Code of Ethics for Teachers and in parent-student handbooks. This ensures that teachers know professional conduct and that students and parents know the consequences of not following specified rules. The supervisor or principal enforces the rules to ensure harmony in the school community. Regarding reporting, the teacher reports to the principal reports to the area superintendent, and the area superintendent reports to the district superintendent. Teachers will work with the goal in mind while adhering to the expectations of behaviors, curriculum, instruction, and professional interactions, and reporting to the supervisor as needed. Demonstrating impartiality and coherence can benefit a learning institution when bureaucratic leadership is applied appropriately. All members of the school community should be treated with respect and fairness regardless of their background or beliefs. Bureaucratic leadership ensures that decisions are made without favoritism or bias and fosters a community of trust and transparency. There are objective criteria for grading, awards are given to students, disciplinary actions are taken, and resources are allocated. Staff and students are treated fairly and have a right to be heard when conflicts arise. In addition, there should be equal treatment for all staff members, and how teacher performance should be measured. Favoritism or making personal connections are not encouraged because that can lead to biases. Policies, procedures, and standards should be consistently applied across the school community to develop trust, clear communication of expectations, and the maintenance of discipline and order. Staff tend to work in specific roles based on competencies and professional qualifications to ensure the organization's growth as they handle tasks they can handle. There is an emphasis on staff attending professional development aligned to their roles and responsibilities and to ensure continuous growth. Staff are provided opportunities to engage in collaborative communication. Teachers develop cooperation as they work toward a common goal. Through learning communities, teachers can collaborate and communicate more formally, valuing the input of others. Collaborative communication can strengthen the teacher's approach to teaching and learning, increasing the positive learning outcomes for students and strengthening the skills according to all teachers' established roles and responsibilities. As a bureaucratic leader, the next steps must be considered when dealing with the challenges highlighted in the case study. There is a problem with attendance. Students are engaging in behavioral issues, lack motivation at school and the reward system, and teachers lack motivation due to the happenings at the school. Regarding attendance, the principal must collaborate with the relevant personnel in the building, such as the counselor, the social worker, and the parent involvement coordinator, to identify students who are having attendance issues and contact the parents of the students to conference and find solutions. Each staff member will function within their role and responsibility as established in the job description. The teacher must also report consistent absences immediately to the counselor, the social worker, and the parent involvement coordinator. Hence, they know of the absences and can address them quickly. Bureaucrats are sticklers of the rules, so school, district, state, and federal laws related to student attendance and the right to an education must be enacted. Article 1 Section 15 and Article 9 Section 1 of the North Carolina State Constitution indicated that people have the right to a sound education and equal opportunities. All staff must be a part of the process. Staff may also review what worked when the attendance increased in the first 2 years of the rewards program. Bureaucratic leadership focuses on punishment and reward, where those who follow the rules receive an award, and those who do not get some form of punishment. Positive reinforcement is an acceptable approach to motivating students and effectively addressing behavioral issues in an educational institution. Lynette et al., 2021. However, students also need to understand that all actions have consequences. Students should not have to wait until the end of the quarter to receive rewards. Rewards and acknowledgement can start in the classroom and be tangible and non-tangible. Praises in class, the constant acknowledgement of positive behaviors, daily and weekly behavior charts, and weekly prizes like Students of the Week can encourage positive behaviors. Students who follow the school-wide and classroom expectations will get daily acknowledgement from the teacher, the principal, and other staff over the PA system or in person. Students will follow school-wide expectations once a positive environment is developed and sustained. Students who continue to display unwanted and inappropriate behaviors will first receive in-school suspensions, with out-of-school suspension as a last resort, collaborating with the school resource officer and community partners for mentorship opportunities. Mentorship programs will be mandatory for students who engage in serious offenses such as bringing weapons to school, physically harming other students, constantly disrupting learning activities, or being openly defiant. Student motivation and more positive behavior should increase. Teachers' lack of motivation, primarily due to the disciplinary issues at the school, is a significant challenge to the school's growth and development. If educators are unmotivated, they cannot instill the same feelings into students. With a structured learning community, teachers know their roles and responsibilities in the school. Bureaucratic leadership emphasizes that rules and regulations are the core of the theory, that roles and responsibilities are clearly defined, and that supervisors ensure that employees function within these roles. Teachers who consistently function within their roles and responsibilities should be acknowledged and rewarded. Some reward systems could include incentive programs, bonus certificates, and public acknowledgement. As part of enhancing the skills of teachers for personal and professional growth, increasing motivation, and catering to student needs, teachers can engage in professional development and other learning opportunities, partly related to classroom management and teacher leadership. Teachers can have a direct line of communication with the principal to share their needs and to feel supported in the classroom. The bureaucratic leader may not provide opportunities for deviation from set rules and policies in place, however, they can provide teachers with autonomy to make decisions in the classroom with teaching and learning and engage in collaborative communication with colleagues about student success. Consistency in completing tasks to develop organizational efficiency is a major tenet of bureaucratic leadership. Keeping a record of student behaviors, successes, and teacher input is highly recommended. Encourage more student communication and surveys as a part of the needs assessment at school. Once students adhere to the rules, they can benefit from field trips, tickets for special events, dances, and food as prizes as an end-of-quarter celebration of excellence.